Smoking Dank Sinatra, that's all gas. On the hunt in the tall grass. Intercepting every ball pass, then I run it back, that's a TD. Check the scoreboard, y'all last. We up one, you see me. Pussy niggas wanna talk about it, go to hell, cat, no demon. I be politicking on your broadcast at the red carpet like the famous homie. Ask your bitch, really famous homie, and you know it's in me. It ain't on me. So creative like I made Adobe. I've been balling like I play with Kobe.
What's the deal? What's the deal? We back again with another one. PolitiKan the podcast, man. We live Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We got a slew of topics we about to get into. The NBA, the NFL. Jay-Z is suing Bacardi. And we got Kanye asking Trump to be his vice president, man. Shit is wild, man. But we got to get into this first topic, man. So, Karl Anthony Towns, he went down, man. Did you see this? Play the clip, man. Karl Anthony Towns won.
He took a hit last night, and he was able to come back into the game. We'll take a look at what happened here. But at the moment, Karl Anthony Towns getting help to his feet. Goes down in a heap, helped off the floor, did not put any pressure on that right leg. He reached in that calf area as he looked to push off there. And he is back in the locker room getting treatment. Get an update when we can, but really unfortunate seeing Towns helped off the floor. 93-76.
Here's the end of the play where you see him come up limp right there. True, I'm not going to speculate, but that's not good.
Yeah.
Karl was helped in the back by the medical trainers.
Yeah, man, that was scary to see. He went down on a non-contact play. And, you know, we've been having a lot of Achilles injuries going on. So it looked like it was another Achilles, but it's been ruled a calf strain. They're saying that he's out 4 to 6 weeks. With Minnesota, you know, trading for Rudy Gobert and kind of going all in on this team and this roster now, and for him to go down right now, man, what do you think about Minnesota chances of really making a run? And do you think that this is something bigger than the calf, or you really believe that this is is this an Achilles injury like Kevin Durant? Because with KD, they said it was a calf injury, and then he came back and tore his Achilles. So are they just trying to cover it up and say it's the calf? Is it really the Achilles? And how does these two injuries, you know, go hand in foot? What's the deal, y'all?
What's the deal, y'all?
What up, what up, what up?
We talking about this Karl Anthony Towns situation, man. He blew out his calf. They're saying it's his calf muscle. But we're looking at it, and it's the same type of injury that they said was a calf with Kevin Durant. But then he came back and blew out his Achilles. So we're wondering, like, is it really the calf or is it the Achilles? And what does this mean for Minnesota going forward?
Well, I think, you know, as far as the injury itself, I think it's a little different because I don't think they ruled it a calf with KD. They said it was, but they didn't rule it. Now, they made a ruling that it was a calf, but at the same time, it looks similar. It does look like an Achilles, Achilles tendon injury. We've seen quite a few of those, you know, over the last 5 or 6 years. So I'm hoping that it's not, you know, I'm hoping not, but I don't think it's doomsday for Minnesota. I didn't think Minnesota was a formidable team the way they were currently constructed, as you know, with a healthy Karl Anthony Towns. You know what I'm saying? I didn't believe that they were going to make a deep playoff run anyway. I thought that they were too crowded in the middle with Gobert and Towns right there. I think that was too crowded. And I think Anthony Edwards made a comment about it being he can't drive because the bigs down there earlier this season. But you know, now that Towns goes down, I think it's a blessing in disguise. That Anthony Edwards is a rising star that gives him more green light to go ahead and carry this offense. D'Angelo Russell is still somebody that can create for himself and create for others. And Gobert is a defensive monster. He's not an offensive player. So they could run off some runs in the regular season and stay afloat with Towns down. I don't think it's a good combination anyway. I think Towns and Gobert is not going to work. This isn't Powell and Bynum. This isn't in a triangle offense with Kobe Bryant. This isn't nothing like that. So I think this is a blessing in disguise. I think Minnesota should be able to stay afloat. But with Towns, I don't think that we're going to be a great team anyway.
I 100% agree with Ronnie. I mean, I had to force myself to watch Minnesota anyway a couple years ago with my boy D Rose. So I had to watch Minnesota. And ladies and gentlemen, they were trash. That's why Jimmy Butler didn't want to be on the team before. It's not the skill set, it's the mentality. Now, if we going off of the picture that I just seen, because I don't really pay attention to Minnesota, but if we're going off the picture that I just seen about the calf injury, well, your boy ruptured his Achilles. So if we going off of that picture, that is the same position I was in when I ruptured my Achilles. When I ruptured my Achilles, it just felt like a pop, and you fell to the ground, and you looking like, what the hell is this? So, if it is a calf injury, okay, cool. Ruptured Achilles, I wouldn't be surprised. Does Karl Anthony Towns make a difference on this Timberwolves team? Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, Karl Anthony Towns hasn't did nothing for the Timberwolves since he been there. D Rose had to carry the team when he was there. Jimmy Butler had to help carry the team. Karl Anthony Towns hasn't done anything. This is Edwards' team, by the way. So with Karl Anthony Towns being out, you got the log, like Ronnie said, it's not as clogged anymore. Tell Gobert, set a pick, get the hell out the way. D'Lo, now we know why the Lakers traded him. Shout out to Alvin. Now we know why the Lakers traded him, because he has not existed in any team since. Well, he did good. I think was he with Brooklyn? He did good with one team.
Yeah.
But ever since then, he hasn't shown up. So Timberwolves, ain't nobody give a damn about the Timberwolves anyway. So they howling and they ain't nobody paying attention to them.
Yeah, man. I don't think that they're gonna make a deep run. I don't know. I don't know what is going to pan out to look like in the West right now. Dallas, they just beat Golden State last night. They just added Kamba Walker to their roster. So Kamba Walker is now part of the Dallas Mavericks. So now they got another point guard, another guy that can take the ball out of Luka's hands, so it doesn't have to be Luka like it's been. They got Christian Wood over there. That's their big man. He's been hitting threes. He's been dominating down low. What do you think this move does for the Dallas Mavericks? Does it make them a true contender in the West? They were just in the Western Conference Finals. Is that move enough to take them over the hump?
Absolutely nothing. It does absolutely nothing. Hey, go back to that picture. I guess we talk about my D Rose's teams today. I like this. Go back. Yeah. Oh, you see that? Y'all showing the wrong highlights. Why y'all showing that man like that? Y'all showing that man like that.
Kimba get buckets. Don't be playing like Kimba don't get buckets.
Why you showing that man like that? No, listen. Don't let the highlights fool you, ladies and gentlemen. This dude, Kamba Walker, came to the Knicks, his hometown, and he averaged like 4 points. Let's not get it twisted.
But he's a pass-first point guard.
I was like, yeah, D Rose and Kamba Walker, they're about to do something.
He's a pass-first point guard,
like 6 points a game. And a liability on defense. Too small.
You know,
the NBA is now too fast for him. He was getting cooked every game to the point where come on now. We all know Tom Thibodeau ran D Rose to the floor. He running all the Knicks to the floor right now. So you get Kamba Walker and you benching him, there got to be a reason. You got Tom Thibodeau benching you. The
Yeah,
man that runs players to the ground.
he just got waived by the Detroit Pistons, and that's how he got picked up by the Dallas Mavericks right now.
Why they do that?
So,
because he only averages 4 points a game.
They got a young core, and they moving on. Just how John Wall ended up on the Clippers. You know, when you got a young core, they just like, you know what,
But John Wall wasn't averaging 4 points last year.
And let the young bucks have it.
I'm gonna tell you what's going on, bro. This is what's going on. To answer your question, no, like my man Y'all said, it does nothing for the Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks should not have been in the Western Conference Finals last year. That Phoenix just folded and choked. They completely choked. The Dallas Mavericks should not be in the Western Conference Finals. Kemba Walker has been cut and waived and hasn't been on a stable team for years for a reason. It's not that he can't play anymore, but his style of play isn't working in the NBA right now. ISO, streaky shooter on and off, great handle, dribbling the ball too much. It's a new NBA, man. It's a new NBA, and Kemba Walker's skill set has got a little old. He's not as good as a Dame Lillard or Kyrie Irving with the ball, and he's not good as Steph Curry with the ball and shooting and all that consistently. He's not that good, so he's not lasting. Kemba Walker is a has-been. He does nothing for Dallas. Luka's still going to hold the ball like he does. Matter of fact, I'm tired of all this Luka hype. I'm so tired of it. This dude is so over-fucking-rated. Dallas is not going anywhere. Luka Doncic's got to learn to play some defense, learn to stop somebody, learn to do something other than hold the ball and get stacked. He reminds me of a lot less athletic LeBron James. And it's annoying how much praise this dude's getting because he hasn't won a fucking thing yet. And Kemba Walker is not going to make him win shit. Okay, Kemba Walker is done. Okay, Dallas is not doing shit. Dallas is not doing shit. Kemba Walker ain't doing shit. It was a terrible move. They got to do something else because that ain't it.
Well, right now, in a lot of people's eyes, man, Luka is the MVP.
No.
Right now, that's the talk of the town right now.
Of course
and that's,
it's all hype like it was with LeBron. They love these stats and numbers, but basketball is a two-sided game. I don't see how people can praise someone so much that is completely ineffective on the other side of the ball. He's ineffective. His defense is terrible. It's not that he's a solid defender. He is a terrible defender.
But one thing you got to remember, though, in the basketball games, in the playoffs, guess what it is? It's a 7-game series. Can you beat me best of 7? And Luka has proven that he's unstoppable in the playoffs. He's playoff Luka.
No, he's not.
They can't stop him in the playoffs. That's why he was in the Western Conference Finals last year. You said Phoenix folded. Yeah, Phoenix folded because they couldn't figure out a way to stop him. And ultimately, in the playoffs, in these matchups, these teams like the defending champion Golden State Warriors, last night, could not figure out how to stop him. And in the 7-game series, if it's a first 1 to 4, man, Luka could beat damn near anybody in the league right now.
That is false. No, he cannot. Last year, Golden State in the playoffs, they handled him very easily. Andrew Wiggins played great defense on him, and he looked very human in those last 4 or 5 games. Phoenix folded. Phoenix couldn't even score in that series last year. They just completely choked. Luka is not unstoppable. Luka, yes, he fills up the stat sheet, but Luka holds the ball too much. He takes way too many threes to only shoot 29% from three-point line. He takes 10 threes a game. He's very inefficient when it comes to that. He shoots a lot of shots. He holds the ball a lot. Yes, he fills up the stat sheet, but Luka's not winning no championship, not playing no defense. Name one superstar ever in history that was able to lead a team to a championship and not play no defense and be that big. How you know what I'm saying? They talked about Steph Curry and his defense. Steph Curry is 6'2", 180 pounds, and Steph Curry still plays harder defense than Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic does not even try on the defensive end. No superstar has ever led their team to a championship without being a top-level defender. So I'm not buying all the Luka hype. He's a better James Harden. That's about it.
Put that camera over here. Listen here. NBA, when it comes to the MVP, when are we going to start going back to the MVP candidates has to be people that actually lead their team to like at least first or second place in their conference, we go over here saying Luka should be MVP. And right now, currently, his team is 9th.
Right.
In the
11th
in the
place.
Western.
Thank you. How is that so? And look, y'all, look what they doing. They skipping past Jason Tatum. The Boston Celtics are like first in the league. They're killing. They're like 13-4. Tatum is averaging 30 points, 8 rebounds, and something in sixes or some crazy numbers. And how is Luka getting all this hype? Jason Tatum just went to the finals. He's an excellent defensive player, but Luka is getting all the hype. That's what I'm saying.
I usually don't.
Because the NBA wants to make it an international game.
We know what it is, Ronnie. We know.
They want to make it an international game.
They want to make it an international game.
Because how, see, you guys got my hat coming off. How is this possible, ladies and gentlemen? Luka is MVP and you 9th in the NBA right now. Your team ain't even doing good. Last year, Embiid's team ended in the Western Conference, I think 1 or 2. 1 or 2. And Embiid was killing. And he lost the MVP vote to somebody else that his team was 3rd.
Right.
Embiid killed last year. Killed everybody last year. Should have been MVP. And he lost it to somebody that the team was 3rd. Now we saying Luka's MVP. Damn well, my vote is for Derrick Rose then. His team ain't even in the playoffs. So Derrick Rose is only averaging like 4 points a game. If we just vote for people now that they team ain't doing good and we ain't going off of Boston or any first or second team, I'm going for the New York. Matter of fact, Zach LaVine, you got DeRozan, you got my vote. Because obviously you killed last year and, you know, we don't care about what place you come in anymore. It's just all about padding your numbers and not playing defense. So DeRozan, I got you.
They keep moving the goalposts, man. They keep changing the criteria. Tatum and Giannis should be top 2 in MVP, period. Luka should be nowhere to found. He's putting up stats on a terrible team. So why is it?
You know who did that?
James era. We love stats. Like a little off subject, but if you look at LeBron James' Instagram the other day, he posts his 39 points, 11 rebounds, whoop-de-whoop, and posts a game where he had those same stats. This is what he put in on his Instagram account. Nigga, your team is 7-12. They're underperforming. You guys are just 1-5 or 6, but you post personal stats. How that's so fucking self-righteous. Like everyone's so in love with fucking stats. What happened to winning? I thought the object of sports was winning and losing. And now we celebrate losing because somebody's stats look good. Like, I don't like this era of sports.
You know where we started that with? James Harden.
No, LeBron James. LeBron James started it.
LeBron, you know.
LeBron started it.
James Harden over here. Like, people are like, oh, James Harden's balling. Guess what? He had to. He had nobody on his team. Now who's doing that? Luka.
That's true. You got a point
there.
You
put James Harden on the team where there's actually a team, he ain't nowhere to be found. Oh my gosh. Oh,
MVP Luka.
No.
Luka. He's taking it back. Where is he from? I don't even know where he's from. What country is he from?
Is it Lithuania?
Well, he has been a pro athlete since about 15, 16. So, you know, he's seasoned already.
Luka got game. He just ain't what they say he is. He got game for sure, but he's over high. He ain't done shit yet.
Well, we gotta see how we gotta see.
We gotta see.
We gotta see how this pan out though, man, because you know this is like the first regular NBA season. You remember last year it was 82 games, but they had the quick turnaround from the year before. So this is actually the first year after COVID where everything is back to normal. So let's see if these people hold up. Let's see how these injuries affect. And you know it's going to be some blockbusters, you know, at the end of this trade deadline because everybody's going to try to tank for Victor Wembanyama or whatever his name was, the 7'10" guy.
Oh yeah.
So you already know it's the NBA is just getting started for real. Like
because
the team, the way teams are now, this ain't the way the teams is gonna be constructed by the end of the season. And the teams that stay put, you're gonna get lost in the sauce. Well, let's get to this NFL news, man, because the NFL, they have added that 17th game. So now that is changing the stat lines. And now we have two receivers that are on pace to break the 2,000-yard receiving mark. We got the cheater, man, Tyreek Hill, and we got Mr. Gritty himself, that boy Justin Jefferson over there. So what are y'all thoughts on Justin Jefferson or Tyreek Hill, breaking that 2,000-yard mark now that they got that 17th game? They're both over 1,200 yards right now with about 6 more games to go. And if they get about 150 yards, they can break that average. Do you think one of them is going to break it? And what are your thoughts on who's going to break it? Who's the better receiver?
I like Tyreek Hill. I think Tyreek Hill's the more explosive receiver. Obviously with his speed and his ability to get down the field. I think Justin might be a little well-rounded. I like both guys. I think both of them could break it. I don't think no shade should be thrown their way either, because this is what the league does. Okay, it added a game, but so what? It's always done this. The NBA had 8 teams and Bill Russell won 11 rings. Yet Bill Russell was always mentioned, as a king because he won 11 rings. But they had 8 fucking teams playing. So the league had to expand. They got 30 teams or 10 teams, 12 teams, 15, 20, 30. The league keeps on expanding. So they added a game. So what? It's still part of this. It's part of the game. I think it's fair. I think it's dope. Records are meant to be broken. But I look at Tyreek Hill for surely getting to break it because of his explosiveness during games. So it's going to be exciting to see both of them attempt to do that.
I really don't watch neither of them, so I'm going with Hill because he's the name I know. They both brothers, so I want them both to win. That's what I'm going with. I think though, isn't Miami a more explosive offense than the Vikings?
Yeah.
So, yes, I like that answer. Put Rose.
Put Rose in.
Derrick Rose can play any sport, you know what I'm saying? Like Derrick Rose over everybody. But yeah, I think Miami has a more explosive offense, so I may think he may get there faster, but Seahawks all day.
I don't know if y'all seen that Justin Jefferson catch, that one-handed catch that he yanked it from the receiver and tucked it. Justin Jefferson is a hitter, man. I think that Justin Jefferson one-hand catch was better than the Odell Beckham catch. Murdoch, if you can pull that up, man, that Justin Jefferson one-hand catch, man, please cue that. But I think that Jefferson is really proving that as an overall receiver, he's probably the best receiver in the game right now. A few years ago, they were talking about Michael Thomas on the Saints, but ever since then, he's been injured. And they were talking about Adams, but now he went to the Raiders, and they're sorry as shit. So now it's wide open, and I think that, Tyreek has always been like a speedster, the cheetah. He's always that guy, but he's not like a full complement receiver.
Right.
I think overall, number one, I think Justin Jefferson is the best receiver.
Right.
Check this catch out.
Tyreek is just more explosive.
This shit is ridiculous. Oh! Watch the slow-mo. Watch the slow-mo. Keep playing it. They're going to have to zoom in on that.
Oh.
And he came down with one.
Come on, bro. If you don't know, y'all do your homework, man. Jefferson is that guy right now.
Yeah, he's that guy for sure.
I'm going
He
for
got
Jefferson. I apologize, Jefferson. I put some more respect on his name.
Put some respect on his name, man. All three.
He got sorry ass Kirk Cousins over there, and he making it happen.
Duke.
So You know, if he had a real quarterback, just imagine what he really would be doing. Like, look at that throw right there. That was a terrible throw. But he just did some amazing shit. You know,
Like he needs some
that should
Geno
have really
Smith.
been any other receiver that would have been picked off. And
Send
that's
him
real.
to Philly with that kid.
Hmm. So, you know, let's see what the future holds for that. But I believe that both of these receivers is gonna break the 2,000 yard threshold
Me
the way
too.
they playing. And that'd be crazy if we get not one but two. You
Right.
know, and next thing you know, next year we're gonna get five. And a year later it's gonna be 10. And then next thing you know, everybody's gonna be breaking 2,000 yards. Because somehow that's how it happens. Once
Then
one person do it, everybody do
all these brothers are gonna be getting checks, and they're like, "Nah, we can't do
it.
that."
Yep, but speaking of checks, man, we got to get to Jay-Z because this Jay-Z news is crazy, man. So Jay-Z is suing Bacardi over his Duce deal. So he has a 50-50 deal partnership with Bacardi for Duce, and now he is suing them for $2 billion, and he is requesting that they show all financial statements and that they show all processes and turn over like the whole production process where all the warehouses are. So basically, I believe that Jay Z feel like Duce Bacardi ain't paying him the money that he is due, and it's all bad. So now he's suing them. He's requesting all these financials, and Bacardi thought they was gonna pull a swift one, but Jay Z like, nah, these this ain't adding up. Y'all owe me some dollars. So how y'all looked into this, and what y'all thoughts on Bacardi trying to swindle Jay Z? This is why you gotta own your shit 100%. You know what I'm saying? Because that 50-50 deal, you don't know where the factories are. You don't know you have a partner in production. You don't now you're requesting all of this on the back end, but when you don't own it on the front end, then these deals get real tricky. And that's what Kanye was talking about when he got all of these deals that he was in. Because he's like, yeah, the back end get real tricky when they say that it cost them all this money for this when it only costs them pennies over here, but we can't prove it because we don't have access to all the financials. So what are y'all thoughts on Jay-Z suing Bacardi and them trying to swindle him out of his dough for the Duce brand? I didn't even know that the deal was with Bacardi. What's y'all thoughts?
Yeah, I didn't know the deal was with Bacardi either. Actually, I was trying to think of that one track where he was talking about all the business. I think the track with Rose and
Uh,
Meek Mill.
yeah, the what's free.
Yeah, he was saying. I think that
He said
100%.
ace of spades to 100%.
Yeah,
You
Ace of
know,
Base. But Duce he didn't say that on. So, but I
yeah.
didn't know who was the Duce partner. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know what company was backing it. And this is what I always talk about, man. Like I'm not hating on these guys that's got all these money, all this money, but I always say this: why? I know it's easier to get franchises that are already established, but at the end of the day, you buy a Subway franchise, you might be the owner of that franchise, of that particular one, but the owner is still a rich white motherfucker. Like, why won't you just make, if you're somebody like Shaq, instead of buying 10 Subways, why don't you make a restaurant that rivals Subway that is black, 100% black owned? Like, you know what I'm saying? Instead of partnering with Bacardi, why don't you make your own liquor? Like, I don't understand the route of still making all these other companies rich instead of creating our own to rival these companies. So, of course, I hate that he's getting swindled out of his money, but what the fuck do you expect? When have they ever done any business right in this country on that side? Let's just keep it a bang. They've never been honest with anything. We could date it all the way back to the beginning. So getting in bed with them, you think they about to be honest with you right now? Motherfucker, no. So stop investing in them, stop using them, stop partnering with them, and make it 100% black owned. I know it's harder. I know it's going to take longer. I know it's going to take, you're going to make less money, but over time, you won't. So that's my thoughts about it, man. Stop partnering these motherfuckers and start being 100% independent.
So when I want to chime in on the partnership. So what they do is they get into these investment groups, these hedge funds, where you put your money in, and then the group invests in different things together, and it's a group economics thing. So these hedge funds and these angel investors, where they angel invest and take a certain percentage of, or ownership of a certain thing because I'm investing in you, and if it becomes profitable, then I get a certain percentage of the ownership or the back end. This is the things that as black people we need to verse ourselves in. And this is what they talk about, that financial literacy. We need to form our own hedge funds. This is how Magic Johnson owns a part of the Dodgers and owns a part of the Lakers and owns a part because he's part of this hedge fund group. And when he puts his money in and then they go spend that money on the Dodgers, and guess what? His money's in there too, so he gets a piece of that ownership. So it's hard to say that when those type of things don't exist for us, and if it
Create.
doesn't exist, then we have to figure out. Like, I know, but that's what I'm saying is that we got to verse ourselves in this type of stuff. A lot of the times they just hire accountants and financial advisors, and the advisors' job is to grow the money, and they know that if they put the money over there with this hedge fund or with this pack or this group, and then the money gonna grow over there. So they're basically doing a good job at doing their job. We got to do a better job at learning financial literacy so that we can learn how to play the game how they playing it.
Mm-hmm.
I would. I mean, I agree with both of you guys. I think in a way, a lot of times we get exploited, and we don't even know we getting exploited. So, like, yeah, they wanted to use Jay-Z because Jay-Z is he's an icon, he's a legend. So they using his name. They going, hey, okay, yeah, Jay, throw your money in too. Oh yeah, you can get half or 10%, whatever you get it. But on the back end, we about to get a lot more than what you getting. But we gonna get your people to start drinking our drink because you behind it. And that's us being exploited, where like how you were saying, Caleb, we don't got nothing. Well, we don't have nothing because none of the people above us that's making the money is deciding to go, hey, Jay, hey, Diddy, y'all both got alcohol, right? Why y'all won't y'all just, hey, let's do it together? You know what I'm saying? Let's do it together and keep certain people out. But at the end of the day, going back, Hove did that, so you don't have to go through that.
So when you speak on Diddy, so when Diddy's deal with Ciroc was a brand ambassador deal, so he didn't really get ownership. He was there solely to be a brand ambassador for the liquor. Now
Got
he has this new tequila, I think it's De Leon or something, where he's the owner of it. So now he has a new tequila in which he's the owner of it. But that's what when Victory Lap, when Nipsey was ahead of his time and he was really kicking a lot of game. And when he said, I integrated vertically, y'all niggas blew it. I don't think that shit. He said, dumb it down, Nip. You might confuse them. This ain't this widow rap shit y'all niggas used to. He was telling you right there because what vertical integration is owning the process from A to Z. So you own the land that's being farmed. You own the factory that produces you own the store that the product is being sold in. You own the digital space that the website you own from A to Z. And that is what is called vertical integration. And that's what Nipsey said, is that I integrated vertically. Now you can't stop me from doing anything because I own the process from A to Z. I integrated vertically. Y'all niggas blew it. You know what I'm saying? And that shit really was like some inspirational shit that really black people really need to tap into. Master P is the one teaching products, teaching you this vertical integration. Get you some products on the shelf. Get you invest in these different things. But at the same time, if I got $1 billion and I got to put it in a account that is not gonna grow me any money, then why wouldn't I just invest it? Yeah, that's the De Leon. That's the tequila right there, man. So that's Diddy's new thing. So he's actually an owner of that, and that's his shit.
Okay, I'm gonna have to fuck with that tequila then. All right, Diddy. Fuck.
Yeah, man. But
Yes.
but that shit is crazy. That's why you got to really pay attention. And this is why we got to get to this next topic, man. Kanye, because Kanye went crazy, and then now he said he feels so relieved because he's out of those deals with Adidas, with Balenciaga, with all these people where he doesn't own the back end, where he doesn't control the back end process. Now he can own his Yeezy brand from A to Z. Now he can vertically integrate. If you remember the famous argument with Sway, Sway was telling him to vertically integrate. Why don't you make your own factories? Why don't you make your own, the relationships with the distributors? Why don't you go do this? And he like, no, you don't got the answer, Sway. That ain't the answers. And now he circled back and he's like, you know what, Sway? You did have the answers. And he's admitting to that is the way to go, and that's the way that he's trying to go in the future. Even if he sells 1,000 pieces at $20, that profit margin is all him. And if he knows how much it costs on the front end for real, then he can really know how profitable he is. He can't really even gauge how much money he can really make because the back end is so crowded with they have to recoup. They have to recoup everything spent out. So you can be on a yacht with your side piece, and you can make that a business expense, and now that come out the money that I'm supposed to get paid.
Right.
And it get real tricky. And if you don't got access to those financials, then it get real tricky. Well, let's get to this 2024 presidential race. Because I told you, man, all this shit is politics, and all this shit got to do with politics, and that's why we politicking right now, man. So Donald Trump, man, he had a private dinner at his Mar-a-Lago estate, and he invited a bunch of guests. I'm not even gonna go on the list. I'm just gonna go to Kanye. Kanye was on that list of invited. Showed up there. He said Trump was talking real pompous, and everybody in the room was like yielding to Trump. So he actually asked Trump there to be his vice president. I guess he started to disagree with some of the things that Trump was saying in the room. They got in some type of argument, and Kanye ended up going with, well, you know what? How about you just run with me and be my vice president? And now they're having words with each other, and they're going at each other, and now there's a Kanye West Donald Trump feud going on in the media right now. What do y'all think about the 2024 race? We got Biden that's throwing his hat in. We got Trump that's throwing his hat in. We got Kanye that's throwing his hat in. Thoughts?
Oh my God, man. America is a fucking shit show right now. What the fuck are we looking at? Biden's 150-year-old ass trying to run again, not knowing if he finna wake up tomorrow. Motherfucking Donald Trump and Kanye are beefing. What type of shit is this? This is like when Lil Romeo and Bow Wow was beefing. Like, get the fuck out of here with this shit. Kanye, you really Trump is trying to be a president himself. Why in the hell would you ask him to be your vice president? You got two niggas with the biggest egos in America beefing? What the fuck are we watching, man? This is a sad ass time. I'm gonna watch this clown ass show and not get too invested in it because I know it's a fucking clown show for us to watch and be entertained. Biden, Kanye, Trump, three of the biggest fucking clowns running for president. And wouldn't be surprised if Kanye get a whole bunch of crazy motherfuckers behind him. Like, I don't know, man. This is we are in a crazy time in America right now. I'm glad I'm witnessing this shit because the shit is funny as fuck. I'm gonna be able to tell this story 40 years from now if I'm still alive to my grandkids because this is some corny ass bullshit. Kanye and Trump beef. What the fuck, man? What's next? I've seen it all. I'm fucking done, y'all. I can't.
All I'm saying is Caleb, I'm gonna need help to figure out how to get my name on the ballot. You know what I'm saying? This is just giving me the green light. I just need that extra clout in my life. I ain't afraid to admit it. I need this extra clout to go on to a new level with this videography stuff. So I think what was that name on the ballot last year?
These nuts.
These nuts. I need to figure out. Matter of fact, these nuts. If you watching this, I need to figure out how to get my name on the ballot so at least people can look me up and be like, brand of encouragement. Y'all jacket. Let me go look him up because I might have a chance after all. You got these guys beefing, and Biden, I heard he just turned 80 or something like that.
Man, I thought he was 150.
Yeah. Hey, y'all remember in wrestling when it was like nobody liked each other, so they had a Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
And they used to put like chairs and ladders in the middle of the shit.
Yeah.
And just be like, everybody
whooping each other ass.
And the last one in there, you have to throw the dude out the ring to eliminate him.
Right.
And the last one in the ring wins.
Right.
I'm just saying.
That's what's going on. The political version of that is going on right now.
The Royal Rumble
for the presidency.
On Smoking Joe, though, like those who want to vote for Smoking Joe again, we have not heard from. Is what he got one more year, so it's been like 4 years, and we haven't heard one thing from Joe. And the only thing I have heard from Joe with, I forget her name, stuck in Russia. You got her stuck in Russia.
Brittany Griner.
Yeah, you got Griner stuck in Russia. You got mass killings going around. People like stabbing people in Walmarts and Kmarts and whatever the case may be. You got all these killings going on. And only thing I ever heard from Joe is, hey, we need everybody to band together and go on strike for the railroad. That's what you want to talk about, Joe? That's Joe. Now, Kanye and Trump, all right. How you going to ask the man? It's like me saying, hey, Caleb, you want to be the co-host of Politician? Politicking? You want to be a co-host? Trump, how you going to ask Trump to be your vice president and he just got done being president?
Goofy.
Like, hey, LeBron, I know you're still in your prime, but wait, he did do that with Miami. My bad. My bad. But y'all get with me. Y'all get with me.
I don't know, man. This shit is all a big game of charades, man. I called it though when the whole Kanye thing broke out on this podcast. I said, watch, Kanye gonna be running for president.
Yeah,
there we go. Y'all together for president.
Love it.
What I called it, I said Kanye gonna run for president, and I thought that he was gonna end up being Trump's vice president. I watched him end up being Trump's vice president, but it almost happened, but it flipped the other way because Kanye fucking around and asked Trump to be his vice president.
So goofy.
I know, man. That shit wild. For 2024, man, as we head into this recession, it's like, man, I don't even know. Like, if you really look at it, we're headed towards the recession for sure. And it's like, if we get Biden back in there, then it's going to be fucking ugly for the country. If we get Kanye in there, we don't know what Kanye going to do with the money. Trump, everybody was getting money, but the rich was just getting the most money.
Right.
But at least everybody was getting money. So it's like, oh, fuck, man. As a country, we really got to decide, do we want the money? Do we want the bullshit? Either way, we fuck.
Give us the bread.
Yes, sir. All right, so let's get some shout outs before we get up out of here, man. Let everybody know your recent shit. what's upcoming with y'all and what is the final?
Man, I want to shout out everybody that continues to support the PolitiKan brand, the movement, the podcast, and everything we're doing. You know, without y'all, without the supporters, you know, we can't continue to progress and move forward. So I want to shout out them. I want to shout out the squad. You know, Dank, Sinatra, everybody who's absent, the mayor, you know, Amrock. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that been down with us in the media field. There's too many of y'all motherfuckers to name, but I appreciate every last one of y'all. You know, next year we got some things cooking. Got a new podcast coming. Not new podcast coming, but, you know, higher learning coming back, but with a new style. I don't want to say too much because, you know what I'm saying, it's brewing, but for the top of the year, we going to hit it off. You know what I mean? The new studio, so we got that coming. You know, we got docuseries is next year, got the TV show being taped top of the year as well. So we got some things coming to push the PolitiKan brand and to progress it. So keep on fucking with us, y'all, and thank y'all for continuing to support.
And this is my time as the future president of the United States of America. Y'all my boys and everything, but my vice president, since his name was on the ballot last year, these nuts, we can run this world together, for the reason Kanye and them, they're gonna mess it up. But my shout out to the PolitiKan family. I appreciate you guys. I love y'all. Y'all been doing y'all things. I've been seeing y'all doing y'all thing, handling man things, and taking care of y'all families at the same time. These dudes be grinding, but y'all gotta remember they grinding and they still got a wife. They still got kids that they are taking care of. So the grind never stops. And I appreciate you guys doing y'all thing. Shout out to the mayor. Y'all better win this game today so y'all can get to the championship. Shout out to Brand of Encouragement. I see my wife, you know what I'm saying? When I get off of here, you know, I got you, girl. You know what I'm saying? Pipe down. Night. Give it to you president style. Matter of fact, I might give it to you Clinton style. All the affairs. Yes, I did. So I appreciate you guys. Love y'all. Keep tuning in. And if you haven't tuned in, you better start tuning in.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. I want to shout out y'all for joining me week by week, man. Just keeping this thing going as we grow. I mean, we elevate this podcast. Is really going to take off 2023. Watch where this shit take us. I want to shout out Murdoch, man, on the boards behind all of this. What's the deal? Oh, shout out to Murdoch, man, on the boards, killing everything. I want to shout out my beautiful wife, man. Love you. I know you listening. I want to shout out, man, all of the people that's been following us, man, been rocking with us, the whole team, man. Everybody that's been fucking with me this year, man. Be patient with your boy, man. Watch what we do, man. We got access to everything that we've been looking for. And 2023 is no excuse, man. This shit is really gonna get cracking, man. So I got in this shit, you know, to see how far I could take it. So I don't know what you're gonna do with your life, but I'm gonna get to it, man. PolitiKan the podcast, man. We out.
Yeah.
Smoking Dank Sinatra, that's all gas. On the hunt in the tall grass. Intercepting every ball pass, then I run it back, that's a TD. Check the scoreboard, y'all last. We up one, you see me. Pussy niggas wanna talk about it, go to Hellcat, no demon. I be politicking on your broadcast at the red carpet like the famous homie. Ask your bitch, really famous homie, and you know it's in me. It ain't on me. So creative like I made Adobe. I've been balling like I play with Kobe.